I told y'all, because we're sitting here in Southern California, Rich Eisen Show landmark radio affiliate, the Mightier 1090, where people can listen to us all the way from Antarctica to the North Pole. That's how large their
very strong signal.
The signal is.
Very strong.
Told everybody, Dodgers-Padres play, sit down, drop the remote. Best series in baseball right now. Best rivalry in baseball, and you know what I think about Yankees-Red Sox right now. And I know Cubs-Cardinals, I get it. I understand. Right now, the Padres have got the Dodgers' attention. Yeah. You could even say, dare I say, in their skulls.
Yeah, in their heads a little bit.
In their skulls.
Yeah.
I just love the way they play baseball. They are gritty. There's no lead that they have no fear. They have
it
no
was
fear
7-1 in the eighth yesterday.
The Dodgers may have a salary akin to the gross national product of a middle-sized nation in the United Nations. But it doesn't matter, man. Here comes the San Diego Padres, and they're in their skull. Fernando Tatis Jr. Let's just say he's shaken off whatever that shoulder injury was.
Has he ever?
He hit 2 home runs off of Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw, 2 home runs off of Cy Young Award winner Trevor Bauer. And then in so doing, covered one eye, turning, as he rounds first, he turns his back and backpedals towards second, looking at his dugout, covering one eye like Trevor Bauer did, pitching with one eye closed during spring training.
Amazing.
Then, next time up or later on in the game, he uses apparently both his eyes to look down at what's going on with the signs. And I'll tell you what. Whatever he saw, he was allowed to see and glean. That's a fact. And he takes a Trevor Bauer splitter on the outside and pokes it for his second home run.
See ya.
And he kind of like hitches his giddy up round in third and then does the Trevor Bauer strut.
Conor McGregor walk.
Okay, does that walk back to the dugout.
It was awesome.
Love it. I do love it. And kudos to Trevor Bauer, after the game, asked about it, had this to say on the subject matter.
I like it. I think that pitchers who have that done to them and react by throwing at people or, getting upset and hitting people or whatever, I think it's pretty soft. If you give up a homer, a guy should celebrate it. It's hard to hit in the big leagues. So I'm all for it. And I think it's important that, the game moves in that direction and we stop throwing at people because they celebrated having some success on the field.
Kudos to him for saying that. He's right. It's a different century now. And, and the same way that you didn't want to see Cam Newton do his Superman stuff and all his dance moves of his MVP year, keep him out of the end zone. You don't want to be celebrated against, stop your opponent from doing it.
Don't give up bombs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a different era now, and certainly the whole concept of actually putting a baseball in somebody's head or putting it towards their back. I mean, come on now. You're talking about someone's livelihood. We're in a different generation where we need eyeballs on baseball. Because later on in the show, all we're going to do is spend time talking baseball about the 7 innings and is there a no-hitter or not. Like, baseball cannot get out of their own way with their own construct of what their rules are and the controversies that befall them based on what they open themselves up to. That's later on.
Stupid.
But I just want to talk about this right now. And I just wish, though, I don't know if Trevor Bauer watched the film later on, because I don't think in his post-game press conference he talked about Tatis Jr. sneaking a peek. But then he says that, and then he tweets out later on.
Like a 12-minute YouTube video.
Right, and if you want the signs, just ask.
Yeah, come on.
As if the second home run wasn't as worthy as the first. And I understand celebration and kind of, sneaking a peek. That's an unwritten rule of baseball that you don't do. So the unwritten rule of baseball of celebrating, that's fine. But the unwritten rule of baseball of me trying to sneak a peek at the sign and your catcher in the same way, if you don't want to be celebrated against, then get the guy out. If you don't want the guy to steal the sign, or you don't want the catcher to maybe give away the location of the pitch because of the way that he's moving, then use that against the hitter. Don't say to him, if you want to know the signs, just ask. You got beat.
Yeah,
That's my way of saying it too.
Yeah.
Again, he's not using an Apple Watch or an outfield camera. He's using good old-fashioned what old Ross Hadburn probably tried to steal a sign too, right?
His eyes. That's on the catcher.
Right? Abner Doubleday might have stolen a sign like that.
Nice.
I'm serious, man. I just wish every time Trevor Bauer gets there for me, it's just he can't still help himself. You know?
We'll see what happens in October.
Unfortunately, the next time we see it is June 21st. It's the next time they play.
Oh, 2 months. Come on.
It's a 3-game set in San Diego, and that's the only first half of the season games left between these. So I mean, look, there's, they play 19 times.
19
You've already
times,
played 7 of them.
Yeah.
And the Padres have won 4.
And they've been awesome.
It's been fun.
It's been really fun.
And there's barking between the dugouts and their young players. And there's Mookie and there's Tatis. And then there's, Machado. And this is without Bellinger.
Yeah, no Bellinger. Seager's been awesome.
Fun.
And you mentioned his 2 home runs, Kershaw and Bauer. He's the only player to ever do that. Multiple home runs on back-to-back nights against Cy Young winners.
Yeah, that was Jason Starr confirmed that, right?
Never happened.
That's like an old Gen stat.
It is like old Gen stat.
And that's old Gen cheating.
Yeah, just a little peek.
Just a little peek.
Peek.
And John Boy had a great breakdown on it because, we follow him. He's been on this show. He had a great breakdown that when he looked, the sign was already given. He might have just seen the way that the catcher was moving to his right, that the pitch was going to go in that direction. So next time, move that way and then throw inside.
Just fake him out. Just fake him out. I mean, come on.
Do it June 21st. Keep that in mind. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.